All right, this is a Ganzo fixed blade. It's called the model G807GY. So let's take a look at this. At least it's made in China and probably a European market or so. Look at this, and yes, it's about as ugly as the box looked, or maybe even uglier. Wow, I'm all about utilitarian. And I don't care if it's ugly, because as soon as it gets dirty or scarred or messed up or whatever, then it ain't gonna be pretty. And I don't care if something's ugly if it does the job, but it's just not good looking. I have a couple of questions here. I don't know what the answers are, but here is a belt clip, and that doesn't look too bad. I can't break it. So I loosened it a little bit. It doesn't snap quite back into place. Oh, it's going back into place. I don't know if you're supposed to put a really thin belt, maybe a string through that to hang it, but that's kind of interesting. So I see that there's a hole in the bottom of the sheath, and of course if you get things wet and moisture, condensation, whatever, it can escape there. So I'm wondering what these side holes are. It goes all the way through, and I can see the blade in there. That doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know what that's for. Ganzo, all right. I can see what that handle material was. There's hard plastic, and then there's rubbery plastic. So the green is a hard plastic. I call it plastic, polypropylene. I know there's different kinds. And I know that the word plastic actually just means something moldable. The gray overlay is a thermoplastic resin or something. And it's grippy, and I will give it that, even though it's, in my mind, ugly. It's a good size. Looks like it's got a good 4.25 inch handle. All 4 fingers get there. Okay, the feel of that is nice. I'll tell you that. And the texture, the grippiness of the rubber overlay, and it's not rubber. I shouldn't call it that, but the TPR. That's grippy, and it might be fun to try to use that, even if it's ugly. I just close my eyes while I'm cutting with it. Now, I will say, if I don't look at the handle, I love the blade shape. I love the blade shape. It says it's well, like the box said, it's a 9CR14 steel, and no coating on it. And I will tell you, this is like an $18 knife. And so we got to keep that in mind, that this is an $18 knife. There's some heft to it. We'll weigh it. I like it's a good length, so this is a good 3.5 inch, and I just put my finger on there because I know how long my finger is, but yes, it's a 3.5 inch blade. That's a really good size in my opinion. Not too big, not too small. There's a thickness here. We're going to check, and the blade seems thick. I really like the blade. Yes, the blade is more than, just a little bit more than 1/8 of an inch. That's right at 1/8 of an inch. It just seems nice and beefy. And for weight, I'm going to try this. In ounces, it's 3.32 ounces, not overly heavy. In grams, 94 grams. Okay, and so my thoughts are, this would be, okay, because of the price point, and because of how ugly it is, this would be a great yard knife. Okay, this would be a great, grab it, shove it in the dirt. I know what people say about shoving knives in the dirt, but man, when you need a tool, and the tool you've got is the belt knife that you're carrying, or the folder with the nice blade on it, and it will cut the roots, or it will get down, dig a rock out of the way or whatever, then that's what I use, because I can resharpen this blade and I can clean this blade. I believe in using the tool that I've got, and this would be a great yard tool. At $17, $18, it wouldn't be a great loss if it got lost. It wouldn't be a great loss if the handle got destroyed. In fact, I would tell you this, this is just me, but I wouldn't mind if the blade held up somewhere in the future and the handle began to crack or began to, I don't know, come apart. I don't know what might happen to this handle. I wouldn't be above cutting that off and building my own handle to put on this. I'm guessing that there's a tang that probably goes about in here. You see what it mimics. It looks like a Moore knife, and the little neck knife type of thing. This is not designed to be a neck knife, but let me see what it'll do to the hair on the back of my hand. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Not even any effort. Not even any effort. Shave those hairs right off of there. So that's that. Let's see, paper. Oh my goodness, like butter. Hot knife through butter. Beautiful, beautiful. This paper is kind of damp too. It's been trying to rain out here, and then the humidity is high, and this paper is damp. When I was much younger, I read that one of the tests for sharpness was to roll up a piece of newsprint and to shave some ink, some lettering off of the newsprint without cutting through it. I have done that before. I did that with a Gerber knife that I had, and I was very impressed. And just on a whim here, I'm going to try this. I'm not quite getting it. It's not quite digging into that ink. But boy, it sure shaved the... See, and now when I cut into it, I cut right through the paper. Now this isn't newsprint, but of course newsprint would be thinner. And overall, I like that. I hope you'll like and subscribe and tell me, would you spend $17, $18 for a knife like this? I've showed you the weight, showed you the size, 1/8 inch thick. It has a good feel in my hand. It is a good size for my hand. Actually, my daughter-in-law liked it. I may end up giving it to her for a yard knife. She likes to garden. Ganzo. Funny name to me, but not a bad knife.